Good evening, my dear YouTube viewers. Today also we will continue the village studies. Mr. Hebest explained like this: the caste system is the source for the village stability and acted as deep seated cleavage, underlie the apparent unity of the village and fragmented it into numerous social groups. Whereas Betele has done the field work in a particular village. The name is Siripuram. In that village, what he observed is the village unity at physical sense, but lesser extent to social sense. At village relations are reciprocal, that slips or skip of the idea of equality. Intercaste systems promotes mutual dependency or interdependency. So, reciprocity is observed, but within the caste system, equality term is observed for the social activities. Therefore, caste external relations leads interdependency and internal relations to promote the equality. Social structure of the village, caste, class, and gender we will discuss now. The holistic concept is mainly used for to understand the tribal studies. Now it is adopted even for to study the villages also. It can it cannot easily understand the kinship, religion, and ritual life of little communities, that is villages, unless we focus to study internal structure of village social life in general and also differences in specific. So to understand the differences of class, caste, gender are more helpful. Caste system at village. There are two important features to understand the Indian society, that is caste and hierarchy. The studies were compared before independence, that is during British colonial period, after independence by the anthropologist. So there is a lot of difference between the British understanding and anthropologist understanding. Okay, they stated as caste was a concrete structure and to guide to understand and social relationships in Indian villages, but hierarchy simply its ideology only. This caste system is not only to divide the people into higher and lower strata, and it designed the people living occupations, food habits, food habits, interactional pattern, and their degree of identity through their positions. Anthropologists observe the Varna system of hierarchy. According to them, they broadly we can divide into two major categories, that is touchables and untouchables. The touchables are again divided into four subcategories. Those are Brahmins, particularly their mode of work is priest activity or meant for learning, whereas Kshatriyas they were meant for as protectors or lower level soldiers or warriors, if possible as a leader, that is the king. The third category is Vaisyas. Traders are the business people. And fourth category is Sudras. They were meant for services for the above higher caste as well as and they will acted as artisans. Of these, the above three categories, that is Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaisya are eligible to perform the Upanayana ceremony, that is wearing thread across their shoulder, called as Dvijas or twice born. Generally, this Upanayana ceremony will take place before marriage. And last, our second category is untouchables. Those are Mala and Madiga, or another word, Harijans, for cleaning purposes, not allowed for mainstream of social interaction, that is during untouchable behavior. This was noted down by during colonial period, that is the Dubai. The legitimate occupations were designated or structured through Varna system in Hindu tradition. The essence of the caste system lay in arrangement of hereditary groups in a hierarchy, that is Brahmins at the upper order and Harijans at the lower order. It was mentioned by Mr. M.N. Srinivas. Caste divisions will help to understand the social relations. Once again, we will recap the information. Today also we will continue the village studies. According to Habit, the caste system is the source for the village stability, and it acted as deep-seated cleavage, underlie the apparent unity of the village and fragmented it into numerous social groups. Whereas the another professor, Mr. Betelle, has done the research work or village studies, particularly the village name is Siripuram. In that he observed the village unity is at physical sense but lesser extent to the social sense. As village relations are reciprocal, that slips are the skip of the idea of equality. Intercaste systems. Here intercaste means social relations. Systems promotes mutual dependency or interdependency. So reciprocity is observed. But within the caste system always maintains the equality. That term was well observed. Therefore, caste external relations leads to the interdependency and internal relations promote equality. Then another subheading, social structure of the village, caste, class and gender. The holistic concept is mainly used to understand the tribal studies long back. Now it is adopted even to study the villages also. It cannot easily understand the kinship, religion and ritual life of little communities, that is villages, unless we focus to study internal structure of village social life in general, and also differs in specific. So to understand the differences of class, caste, gender are more helpful. Caste system at village. There are two important features to understand the Indian society, that is the caste and hierarchy. The studies were compared before independence, that is during British colonial period, after independency by an anthropologist. That is two groups were studies, colonial period Britishers group and later after independence the anthropologist group. They started as caste as a concrete structure and to guide to understand the social relationships in Indian villages. But hierarchy simply it's an ideology which is an abstract form. The caste system not only to divide the people into higher and lower strata, and it designated the people as living, occupations, food habits, interactional pattern and other degree of identity through their positions. Anthropologists observed the Varna system of hierarchy. Broadly, if you want to understand the caste system, we can divide it into two categories, touchables and untouchables. The touchables are again divided into four subcategories. Those are, first category is Brahmins. They were mainly meant for prayer, that is priest work, or meant for learning, whereas Kshatriyas they meant for as protectors, maybe as a kings or the soldiers or warriors, whereas Vaishyas traders and business people. And fourth category is Sudras. These category people would like to extend their services the above three castes, and also they will do the work as artisans. Of this, the above three categories, that is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishyas, are eligible to perform the Upanayana ceremony, that is wearing the thread across their shoulder, called it as Dvijas, the or twice born. A boy was born in second time, that is to fit into the society. Generally, this Upanayana ceremony performed before marriage only. And lastly, or second, the another group is untouchables or Mala and Madiga, or another word Harijans, for cleaning purposes, not allowed into mainstream of social interaction, that is dining, untouchable behavior also. It was well noticed in longer period, that is the past, by Mr. Dubey. The legitimate occupations were designated or structured through Varna system in Hindu tradition. The essence of caste system lay in arrangement of hereditary groups in a hierarchy. That is, Brahmins at the upper order and Harijans at the lower order. Well noticed by M.N. Srinivas, a cultural anthropologist from Karnataka. Caste divisions will help to understand the social relations. By this, today's lecture is completed. This is Bindu taking leave from the YouTube platform. And also, I will take the caste system separately in depth later. Not now. That's why we have taken only very important areas at the village level. Okay. Good day and good night.